It's later with Mo Kelly, KFI, YouTube, iHeartRadio app. And yes, I have a Burger King crown on my head. And so does Sam. And so does Tawala. And so does Nick Poliokini. You might want to get on YouTube.
Yeah.
At Mr. Mo Kelly on YouTube. MrMokelly. Oh, yeah. We need to get one from Mark. Mark needs to be crowned.
Hard pass on that.
He's a
hard pass.
What in the holy heck, Mark? I know your hair is all...
Mark, I know you got a haircut.
You got a nice, svelte look going on, but you need a crown, good sir.
Can you please explain the reason that I'll be crowning?
Because you're part of the team.
You son of a...
I'm not even ignore. I'm not going to acknowledge
You
that.
filthy animal.
Have it your way.
This is not my
Have
way.
It your way.
Are we getting
Have
food?
It your
Yes, there's
way
food,
at
so put your
Burger
crown
King.
on.
No. We're getting food.
Yeah.
You're not wearing a crown, so you're not getting food.
So if I put the crown on, I can have some food.
Correct.
Got to think about this.
All
It's
right.
kind of one of
You can be
those
hungry
Jack
if you
Benny
want.
situations. Your money or your life,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes, it is a trade-off. Life is about decisions.
You want
Now-
something tasty in your mouth, put the crown on.
Ooh, I don't know if I would have said
No
that.
man speaks that way to me.
Nick Poliokini is here early, and this has something to do with what's up with Nick, and it has everything to do with Burger King. He's in the studio right now rearranging food. Nick, are you going to tell us what the food is?
Yeah. Okay, so today, and I'll cover it more.
You got to get behind Twala so the camera will find you.
let me see. Hold on.
Yeah.
But
Twala,
that's
move
because
your
he's too
head.
pretty. Well, I'm up here. There we go. There we
Yeah.
go. So today is the premiere of the Monster Menu and also the new kids meal at Burger King. So we're going to cover all of that, but there's a jack-o'-lantern burger. You've got a special Franken Sunday, something like that. So yeah, we've got all the goodies from Burger King, and also I've got some goodies from Marvel Entertainment, thanks to Jones Soda for Marvel Zombies. So we'll be trying that as well tonight.
All right. So when do we eat?
As soon as I get this stuff set up for you.
Okay.
Give me two.
All right.
He'll be back in 2 and 2.
Yeah, 2 and 2. Chuck Woolery. We also have an actual show that we're going to do tonight. We have to talk about that swimmer got bit by a shark off the coast of Catalina. I have no sympathy. I hope he lost 4 toes.
Yeah.
Okay? I just do. And Metro's going to restart its tap to exit program. I didn't know it had stopped. I thought it was a rousing success. I thought it was getting all these fare jumpers. I thought it was fighting crime. I thought it was making Metro safer for you, me, and everyone else. Guess not. So they're restarting it. It's not clear why they stopped it. We'll get into that at the bottom of the hour. And, since it is still early in the school year, and we always have this ongoing conversation about whether college is a scam. Well, I don't think that. Some people do. We're going to talk about the most expensive universities in the nation. In the whole ass country, the most expensive ones. That's going to close out the hour. And Chris Woolsey is going to join us in studio. He's going to tell us what's available on the Watch Free Plus app with Vizio. He has some free terror titles as we get closer to Halloween, and also some free action flicks on that Vizio Watch Free Plus app. That's at the top of the second hour. And I didn't know, well, I don't know if he does, but Colonel Sanders, I don't know what his family tree looks like, but there's a guy out there who's claiming to be Colonel Sanders' great nephew. And he's threatening to go public with all the secrets of the family and the seasonings and the 7 herbs and spices if the family does not acknowledge him or something like that.
Is he going to tell us all about the Sanders plantation and what went on there?
Well, I would like to know, and if you don't know that, there is an urban myth, I'll just put it that way, that Colonel Sanders did not actually create the recipe for Kentucky Fried Chicken, but actually got it from a black woman.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
No, I'm being serious.
I've heard this.
Absolutely dead serious.
What is left to believe in?
I cannot confirm or deny. I'm saying I've lived on this earth long enough to have heard it from a number of sources. Now, it may be an old wives' tale. It just may be one of those urban myths. But it's something that has permeated I'll say the legacy of Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's gone on for the longest. So maybe this guy knows something about it.
I can't believe you defile the memory of the Colonel.
Well, I defile all Confederates, so.
Well, when you put it like that, okay.
I mean, he is Confederate.
He is. I'm not being funny. I mean, he is.
I don't think he knows that many herbs and spices. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, you could be right.
We're going to talk about the Colonel before the show's over. And we have to also, we have to figure out what's going to happen with our government since it's going to be shut down in the next, what is it? It's 10:10.
A couple hours.
Yeah, a couple hours. I'm quite sure Mark Ronner will have reports on that over the course of the evening. For me, it doesn't matter whose fault it is. All we know is the government will be shut down. And, I'm going to be doing Spectrum News tomorrow morning at 6 in the morning. I mean, gosh, I don't know why I said yes. I'm going to get up. I know. My show's going to end at 10 o'clock tonight. And then I'm going to be at Spectrum News. Have to get up at 4 something to do Spectrum News. I'm in studio. And they're going to ask me about the shutdown. And I'm going to say tomorrow what I'm going to say now. The question they're going to ask me is, whose fault is it? Who's going to suffer because of it? I said, other than Americans suffering for it, the fault is neither here nor there. Here's why. Because we're going to have another 11,000 catastrophes, controversies, problems between now and the midterms. People will not remember. People will not care. It will not make a difference. And also, when we're talking about Congress, people may hate Congress. In other words, the approval rating for Congress as a body may be at an all-time low, but people by and large like their congressperson. How do I know this? Because like 75% of them always get reelected. So it doesn't change our voting habits. Long story short, this government shutdown is not going to be the death knell for either the Republicans or the Democrats. They said the same thing about the Doge firings, okay? That seemed like that was 45 years ago, and it was only like 4 months ago. And see how that is receded into the background? This is the same thing. If the shutdown goes for 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, it will not be determinative about what happens politically come November. That's November of 2026, as a matter of fact. So we have a long way to go. There's my politics for tonight. I'm going to get that out of the way. But the shutdown is looming. Mark Ronner will have updates throughout the evening in case that there is a late agreement. It doesn't look like it, but we will be following it and covering it. It's later with Mo Kelly, KFI AM 640. We're going to talk about sharks and swimmers in Catalina when we come back. We're live everywhere on YouTube. And yes, you need to tune into YouTube because it's a Burger King night. We're all kings here, except for Mark Ronner, who refuses to wear his crown. So he's not going to eat.
Well, you're the king of KFI, Mo.
I wish that were true. I wish that were true. I could tell you some things. I'd get fired, though. No, I wish that were true.
Keep your scepter away from me.
Ooh, woosah.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI, Mr. Mo Kelly. We're live on YouTube. I think you want to tune into YouTube tonight because we're going to be doing a lot of weird stuff. And it has a visual element to it. A lot of weird stuff. At Mr. Mo Kelly on YouTube. MrMokelly. Join the Momigos in the Motown chat. We're sponsored tonight by Burger King and Nick Poliokini. I don't know who provided the food, whether it was Burger King or Nick.
What's up with Nick?
What's up with Nick provided it. And I'm going to be having in just a moment before we get back to the show, a Jack-o'-lantern Whopper with bacon and cheese. I don't know how it tastes, but it sounds awful damn good.
And it's got an orange bun and black sesame seeds.
It has an orange bun and black sesame seeds. Well, that's racist.
Is that a pumpkin spice bun?
Why you got to have like black sesame seeds?
Because they're the best.
Well, I know. Once you go, never mind.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Let's talk about the man swimming near Catalina who got bitten by a shark. A man was swimming off the coast of Catalina early today and was bitten by a shark. Imagine that. A shark in the ocean biting people. Who would have thunk it? The swimmer, believed to be in his early 50s. What do you mean, believed to be? Do you know the man's age or not? But if you're early 50s, and I'd like to think of myself as somewhat close to the early 50s. Stop it, Mark. I didn't say I was early 50s. I was around. I was near. I was in the neighborhood of the early 50s.
Hey, you're wearing the crown. You get to declare anything you want.
It's good to be the king.
Uh-huh.
I am not going to be in any ocean swimming for miles. I mean, hats off to this man. Or toes off at this point. He was 12 miles off the coast of Catalina doing a long distance swim from Catalina to the mainland. In other words, swimming from Catalina to the port of Long Beach. Okay? When he was bitten on the foot by a shark, according to the story, it says a 3 to 4 foot white shark. Why do they put race in this? I don't get this. Why do you always get these stories where they put race in it? I've heard of mako. I've heard of tiger, hammerhead. What other sharks?
Well, then when you call it a great white, that just adds to the hate.
Well, that's just about white supremacy.
Yeah.
That's all that is.
Yeah.
But it was a 3 to 4 foot white shark, according to the story, which nipped at his leg and then took off. According to the Catalina Channel Swimming Federation, this long-distance challenge is a 20-mile open water crossing from the island back to the mainland. It starts at midnight. Oh, my gosh. Who's going to get in the water at midnight swimming in the dark from Catalina to the mainland? If the worst thing that happens to you is a racist shark should bite your toes off, you're getting off easy. Think about all the jellyfish out there. Think about all the things that just want to eat you out there. The dive boat called Bottom Scratcher, which was escorting him, immediately pulled him from the water. Well, that sounds like you're cheating. If you're going to swim the whole way, why is a boat going to pull you out of the water? They bandaged him, sewed him up, and then radioed for help. At around 1:20 a.m. this morning, they met the L.A. Fire Department, boats at sea. The swimmer was transferred to San Pedro before he was later taken to a hospital. There are other things that you could be doing in your early 50s, right? Other than swimming from Catalina to Long Beach.
That'd be pretty far down on my list.
Look, I admire what you did, Mark Ronner, for just doing a marathon after the age of 30, okay?
I don't remember how old I was when I did it, but it was pretty humiliating. I was hallucinating by the end of it. I was not ready to do that. I didn't really train for it. I just did it as kind of a gag to write a column about.
You're insane.
I'm a decent swimmer. In other words, like, if my life depended on it, I think I could swim a mile. I mean, if my life depended on it, and it wasn't like I was under threat of getting eaten by a shark, like I could pace myself and determine how slowly I was going to dog paddle, side stroke, backstroke, whatever.
Oh, you could do a mile easy.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I could do a mile. But 20?
You know what's interesting is, remember when we had Joe Kwan on and she explained to us when the sharks come out? They're like freaks. They come out at night. That's when they're doing their feeding.
Thing.
Yeah.
You're going to get in the water, pitch black water, at midnight to swim 20 miles. That's the best thing you could do with yourself in your early 50s?
That's just dumb.
It is dumb all the way around. That's why I don't have any sympathy when we talk about someone losing their toes due to a shark incident.
No, it's like the base jumpers or the people who do the parachuting or go look directly into a live volcano
or an eclipse.
Any of that. Whatever happens to you, you deserve no mourning because you chose to do that.
You chose to do it, and then something bad happened. You chose it. My gosh, Mark, why are you not wearing your crown? And for those who don't understand what I mean, you need to tune in to the live stream at Mr. Mo Kelly on YouTube.
Because I don't think I could wear it with the same kind of dignity that you're projecting right now.
The word you're looking for is Elan.
The way it falls off your head to emphasize a point, I think that's some top-notch material right there.
We just have to adjust the crown, although he is
like Biggie Smalls.
Yeah, I was about to say, you're looking very much like Biggie Smalls right now. I'm really feeling the swag that you're bringing to the crown. You look like a Burger King.
Actually, you look like Adebisi from the old Oz TV series.
Oh, wow. I hope not, because he was doing some stuff that made me get nightmares at night.
Yeah.
I love Oz. That was a great show.
Yeah, I never missed an episode, and I don't know what that says about us.
Now. I mean, they had a lot of heavy hitters and talent in that show subsequent.
But if you remember Adebisi, he's the one who had the little beanie that was always at an angle on his head. That's you with that crown right now.
It's called swag, Mark.
Yeah. Okay. Call it what you like.
Are you trying to eat? We were telling, for those who don't know, we said if Mark wants to eat the Burger King with us, he has to wear the crown.
I'm not wearing the crown.
He's not eating that. It's real simple. It's like a child. It's like you don't finish your dinner, you don't get dessert.
These These mozzarella sticks are delish.
Oh, you got mozzarella sticks?
Yeah, so you're thinking about wearing that crown, aren't you?
Maybe a little.
What we got? We have fries. We have onion rings.
Oh, wait, you got onion rings?
You got onion rings, French fries. You've got monster mozzarella sticks.
Okay,
You've got some jalapeno cheddar poppers.
And it puts on the crown.
There we go. It's on.
It's on and popping.
Well, you buried the lead about the onion rings, so I have no dignity left.
Telling you got to tune into the YouTube show at Mr. Mo Kelly.
Okay, it's not staying on because we're all wearing headphones.
Why is it mine is staying on, Sam's is staying on, Tawala's is staying on? Stop making excuses.
Because
excuses are tools of the incompetent. They build monuments to nothingness.
No. You've all got pinheads like those old sideshow freaks. I have a normal adult male head.
Best.
Now I don't know about if you get that food there.
Wait
Mark.
a second.
You said it, Mark. You said it. No one else did.
Oh my God, this dude.
You're supposed to go get the food before you say things like that.
All right. Okay.
Wow.
Mark, are you okay? Is there someone I can call?
Please don't.
All right. You all right?
Your number's blocked.
My crown keeps falling off. It's later with Mo Kelly. When we come back, we're going to talk about Metro and their restart of the Tap to Exit program. It's Burger King time when we come back. KFI AM 640 live everywhere on YouTube. You got to tune in to YouTube and the iHeartRadio app.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Mr. Mo Kelly. Later with Mo Kelly. Live on YouTube and the iHeartRadio app. It's Burger King night. That's why we're wearing the crown. When I say we, that's me. That's Tawala. Sam, the sex doctor. And Mark Ronner on occasion. Only when he wants some food.
It won't stay on my normally developed adult male head.
You have to try harder.
You have to adjust it, Mark. It has adjustable strap.
Are we talking about the same thing?
Yes,
your
there's
crown.
a chin strap to it.
Look at it. You can adjust it, Mark.
No, mine is strapless. Sorry.
Look at the damn hat. There's little notches. You can fix it like you would a belt.
Oh, yeah, okay.
See?
So you guys are on the smallest notch?
Anyhow, LA Metro. Ace Hola. LA Metro is going to restart its Tap to Exit program, specifically at the North Hollywood station. If you don't know, that's where it originated. And I didn't know that it had been paused. I'm thinking like, okay, you started it, you're going to keep on going with it. It was launched back in May of last year at this particular station, the North Hollywood Metro subway station. And this program, as we were told, was supposed to decrease crime on Metro trains and buses by requiring riders to tap the cards before exiting. 3 months after implementing the system, according to Metro, I can't verify these numbers, reportedly, Metro saw a 90% decrease in loitering at that particular station and a 12% decrease in crime. But I don't understand why it was paused, because Metro even expanded this tap to exit system to Union Station, which is downtown, in February of this year, but paused the implementation 2 months later after the LA Fire Department raised concerns about the turnstiles at the exits, which does make sense. If there's a fire and people are in a panic and they're trying to get out, tap to exit probably is not a good idea in that regard. You have people getting trampled, obviously stuck because they won't be able to get out. There has to be some way in which there's an emergency fire release, which it did not have. Firefighters warned that the system could create bottlenecks at exit gates if an emergency occurred, as I was saying. In the following months, after the pause, Metro reported a 67% increase in crime at the North Hollywood station and a 116% increase in crime at Union Station. So on one hand, you can say, hey, when we had the tap to exit, there was a precipitous drop in crime. There was a measurable and meaningful drop in crime. And if they could just figure out a way to make it less likely to get everyone killed in the case of an emergency, then they'll get it back. Oh, my crown is falling. Quote, we thank Los Angeles Fire Department for their close coordination to bring this effective safety program back to the city of LA, close quote. That is Metro. They went on to say the tap to exit program was very effective at transforming behavior along the 14 B-line stations with reported crime and other issues, having dropped by more than 40% on the Transit Watch app. Metro is still working on re-implementing the program at Union Station. Well, if the program is so damn good, and Twala, I ask you this question, it's almost rhetorical. If the numbers were as good as they're telling us they are, why is it only to be re-implemented at Union Station and not any of the other stations?
You know, it's interesting and something that I think that they're overlooking. And when I was looking at some of the studies on the tap to exit program, it wasn't so much that there was just the tap to exit, because you would think those things are waist high. You could jump over them, right?
Right.
But there's security there. Armed Metro security at these stations, which I believe is what is more likely the reason behind a decrease in crime, having something we keep talking about.
Yeah,
armed security presence.
The tap function is not going to stop a would-be criminal.
No.
The deterrent is the officer with the gun on the other side staring at you, which would make it less likely for you to do that in front of him or her.
Hello? Yeah. I'm like, so you put the tap to exit and you have Metro Police Force at these locations in presence to catch anyone who's trying to jump the turnstile, so to speak. And you're saying that you think it's the tap system that's stopping them? No, it's the addition of security. That is what everyone has been screaming from day one. More security.
I've seen different versions of this, so I'm going to acknowledge my ignorance. I don't know if this tap to exit system is a full wall panel, or is it only coming up waist high and at the turnstile, which would not move unless you tap to exit. Because in Washington, D.C., and I'm in D.C. once a year, they've always had tap to exit. You had to use your Metro Fare card to enter and exit. But in the case of an emergency, it's barely waist high. You could jump over if need be.
Yeah. I believe that these, from all the pictures that we've seen, were waist high.
Yeah, we're looking at it right now on our YouTube page. They're waist high.
The tap to exits are waist high. They had some door security things that they were trying to put into some other places, but that's not the same as the tap to exit. That's waist high.
This is why, and given that it is waist high that I'm looking at it, I seriously doubt and dispute that the decrease in crime was only because of the tap to exit. That just doesn't make sense. You know, if you're there to commit crime, if you're there to rob, if you're there to sleep on a train, whatever, the tap to exit is not going to be any type of deterrent. You're just going to jump over just like any other turnstile. But if it is that good, I would want Metro to explain to me why it's not everywhere at every station. Why is it not just an assumption that when you go to a Metro station, which has turnstiles, as in like all of them, you don't have a tap to exit? If it's limiting crime to that degree, why is it not everywhere? Why is it you're only talking about North Hollywood and Union Station? I know those are two big stations, but the quicker, if it's, you know, this is the golden key or you know, the holy grail of security, it would seem that it would be everywhere, or at least most places. Two stations out of how many? I don't know, 40? What are we doing here? Are we actually trying to decrease crime and limit it over the fullness of Metro, or are we just nibbling around the edges and playing with our food so we can say, hey, crime is down at the North Hollywood station, or crime is down at Union Station? Well, what about all the other places where people are getting shanked and shivved and shot? Nice alliteration. What about all those other stations where crime is as ever present as it was? And until we're actually talking about that, until we're actually getting to the heart of the matter, then, you know, tap to exit is a distraction when you talk about the larger issue of safety on Metro. If you only can talk about safety as improving in two stations, you're not talking about safety. It's Later with Mo Kelly. When we come back, we're going to talk about the most expensive universities in the nation. And I wonder if any of them are right here in Southern California.
You're listening to Later with Mo Kelly on demand from KFI AM 640.
Later with Mo Kelly on KFI AM 640.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app and YouTube. Let's go to college. Some of the most expensive universities in the nation. It's part of this ongoing discussion of whether college is worth the investment, depending on the school, depending on the degree, depending on your specialty, depending on the type of work you want to do after graduation. But what can't be denied, and is not debatable, is the cost of tuition, room and board, the cost of a college education, at least from private universities, is astronomical. And I went to Georgetown University, and I know my parents, they had to get a second mortgage on the house. There's no way in the world that they would have been able to send me to Georgetown University today, the way the costs of college tuition are. But here are the 10 top universities in terms of price. Coming in at number 10. Haverford College in Pennsylvania, and I couldn't tell you anything about it, but I can tell you this. Tuition and fees, $73,568 per year. Room and board, $20,000. And I'm assuming it's per year, not per semester, because per semester, that would just be ridiculous. Coming in at number 9. Trinity College in Hartford, Connecticut. Tuition and fees, $73,590. Room and board, $19,650. Number 8. Tufts in Medford, Massachusetts. Tuition and fees, $73,616. Room and board, $19,566. So the first three, they're comparable. They're similar as far as tuition and fees and room and board. Let's see if that changes. That was number 8. Now number 7. Most expensive universities. Colgate University in Hamilton, New York. Tuition and fees, $73,646. Room and board, $18,446. Coming in at number 6, the most expensive universities in all of America. Amherst College, of course, in Amherst, Massachusetts. Tuition and fees, $73,830, taking up. Room and board, $19,260. Coming in at number 5 of the most expensive universities in all of the United States. The University of Chicago. Location, Chicago. Tuition and fees, $73,962. Room and board, $20,835. Coming in number 4 of the most expensive learning institutions in the country. Boston College in Newton, Massachusetts. Tuition and fees, $74,224, inching up. Room and board, $18,284. Coming in number 3 of the most expensive universities in the United States. Vassar College in Poughkeepsie, New York. Tuition and fees, $74,265. Room and board, $19,055. Now, of course, this will probably vary depending on where you live as far as the cost of meal plans and that kind of thing. So it's more than just tuition, room and board. There are other expenses to be considered. Coming in number 2, the most expensive universities in the country. Brown Brown University, finally an Ivy League school. Location, Providence, Rhode Island. Tuition and fees, $74,650. Room and board, $18,514. Coming down to number one, does anyone have a guess as far as the most expensive university in these United States? Chris Woolsey, you're here early. You have any thoughts, predictions, guesses? Turn us mic, please.
Let's go with something like Sarah Lawrence.
That's a good guess. Yeah. Mark Reiner, you have a guess?
They're all out of reach as far as I'm concerned. I think we're fully in the era where pretty much you have to be affluent to afford higher education. So 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
So they're all the same then?
Yep, to me.
Okay. Dr. Sam, you know a little something about higher education.
Yeah, considering how much I owe in student loans right now, whatever school I'm at, yeah, that's the one.
Same.
Well, Mark, you had 85 degrees. That's the problem.
And the student loan debt to show for it.
Yes. Coming in number one, the most expensive university in all of these United States. Fight on. University of Southern California.
Wow.
Tuition and fees, $75,162. Room and board, $21,000.
Wow. A bargain.
I guess that's why they call it University of Spoiled Children.
Yes, it is. It is absolutely the reason. And I don't think it's always been that way as far as the most expensive school in the United States.
But it's up there.
I'm just looking at the top 25. We only did the top 10, but on the list, there's Reed College in Portland. There's Tulane, Carleton College. Not even familiar with that. That's in Minnesota. Claremont McKenna out here in Claremont. Kenyon College in Ohio. Not familiar with it. Cornell in Ithaca. Obviously Ivy League. Pepperdine is on the list at number 19. Colby College in Maine. Never heard of it to be that expensive. Barnard College in New York City. Wesleyan in Middletown, Connecticut. Number 15 is Duke University in Durham, North Carolina. 14 is Franklin and Marshall in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I mean, these are some really small schools to be charging a whole lot of money. Harvey Mudd in Claremont is number 13. Columbia is number 12. Colorado College in Colorado Springs is number 11. There's really no excuse for that. Colorado College.
And Colorado Springs is like the world headquarters for every nonprofit in the world, and you have one of the most expensive schools.
For no real reason. No. It's not like you have this athletic department that you're trying to fund or something.
No.
It's Colorado College.
KFI and KOST HD2, Los Angeles, Orange County. More stimulus.